are can live there and work, but there's sort of some petty grievances that people might have. But if you're a Christian in Palestine, which is where most of the activities of the life of Christ are, Bethlehem, Jerusalem, the Mount of Olives, Jericho, Jacob's Well, that's all within Palestine. And so that's the predominance of the Christian population there. And they're treated with the effects of the occupation, which means you have checkpoints around you. A Christian who lives in Bethlehem cannot go to Jerusalem, to the Holy Sepulchre, without a permit by Israel. And they don't usually give those permits, especially now.
A Christian can't?
No, without permission from Israel.
That's interesting because, I mean, those Christians that you're describing, I mean, they are the descendants of the Christians.
Absolutely, yeah. They've been there from the beginning, yeah. I mean, right, Christ came as a Jew, right?
Yes.
Went to the temple, but the people that converted and have lived there for centuries are, in fact, I think there's been studies done that on Palestinians living there now, and they are the Canaanite descendants.
Yes.
They're people that have been there for centuries. Not all, or the greater part, not just Palestine included Syria and Lebanon at a different time under different empires and things. So, yeah, they're the first Christians, the Christians at the time of Christ. And it's very difficult to practice their faith. It's sort of like you're in a gilded cage. And that's how I look at Bethlehem. Within Bethlehem, you can live there, but you can't go and visit your friend who lives near Jacob's Well in Nablus without taking it. In fact, the priest in Bethlehem just told me the other day, his wife is from near Jenin, which normally would take you about an hour and a half to get between the two. Her father has prostate cancer. In order to get treatment, there was only hospitals. Nothing in the Northwest Bank could deal with it, either in Jerusalem or in Hebron, which is south of Bethlehem. And last year, or a couple of years ago, he was able to go to Jerusalem with a permit to get the treatment. But this year, the Israelis wouldn't let him. So it took him over 5 hours to get down to Hebron, and a man who's old and sick to doing things. So whether it's for those kind of activities or practicing your faith or visiting your relatives, which is part of Christian life too, right? You want to celebrate the holidays with your family and friends. It becomes very difficult.
The reason I'm asking these questions, well, first, I think it's worth worrying about Christians who are the minority population. Well, it's worth worrying about Christians in general. But the United States is a majority Christian country that pays for a huge percentage of the Israeli economy, both through trade and direct grants and military assistance and all the rest. Israel couldn't exist without the United States. So, and it has the support of so many Christians in the United States, and I don't know if they're fully aware. I want to think they would care if they knew how the Christians are doing. And I keep reading that the Christian population in the region has declined dramatically since Israel became a state in 1948.
Right.
And I'm not quite sure why.
Again, I think it has to do because the whole issue is that Israel has continued to grow and think that they can dominate the Christian areas, the areas of Palestine. So they make it very difficult for anyone else to be able to live there.